Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Page number 263 and 264. Part 6. Matters of Social Justice. What is self-rule? In the following pages, His Holiness tackles some 13 items of social interest. That means also the message are going to be averaging less than 3 pages only. Nowadays, everybody is talking about Swadeshi and Swarajyam. Swadeshi means anything of one's own country, and Swarajyam means self-rule. But in style, dress and attitude, everyone is trying to copy the white man or the West. Till such behavior persists, we are only Paradesi and our country is a slave colony only. Paradesi literally means foreigner, but it's a word used despairingly. A person is treated as something less than normal. If you have to get real self-rule, we have to study as to how was our country's people's culture and tradition of yore and adopt them once again. Our old habits, traditions, behavioral patterns and dharmas have to be retained. It is wrong to copy the behavior of rest of the world. Once we have subjugated ourselves to their habits and way of life, how does it matter whether we have home rule or foreign rule? It is true Swarajya if our legislators and parliament were independent, as we have deliberating as to how our country's Dharmarajyam was, and dwell deep into ways and means of re-establishing the same. We have a culture and civilization of our own. You may be tempted to say, why should we waste our time in trying to retain the old ways? Let the bygones be bygone. Why should we bother about such things? My answer is that I am not saying this just because it's our past, as I would if I was simply too attached with me and mine. Many old cultures and civilizations have been washed away by the time untied. But our culture has stood the test of time for many thousands of years. Like a weather beats rock, there is something of value in it. We should live with it. We should live as ourselves instead of blindly copying others. At all our strength, energy should be directed towards recreating the original true Indianness in us for others to emulate. Our people in the Western's garb enact the laws and we are slaves to them. Where is the essence of freedom in this? If we give votes to people who do not live by our culture and sampradaya, are we not slaves still? Our culture is one in which even worldly affairs were deeply rooted in the individual, humanness and God consciousness nexus. We should first recognize our own freedom in identifying this. Then we should be working towards making highest individual morality as less qualification in private and public life. We should position people in power only those who preach what they practice. Instead of accepting corruption is a way of life, we should accept it as a possible to live by dharma. Dharma should be acceptable as a workable in individual, in education, in trade, commerce, in governance, and in all walks of life. It should be demonstrated as a workable and feasible. Automatically, we still influence the world to sit up and take notice. For doing so, we should know our Dharma Shastras. For this, there are many guidebooks. I am able to talk about this because of the existence of such reference books. Otherwise, all this could have been forgotten and lost track of. All the people have to think and opt for the freedom of uncorruptibility instead of feeling that corruption is unavoidable. If you feel that corruption is unavoidable, where is the freedom of choice? Why not send only known, honest, and sincere persons of impeccable character to legislatures. I pray to God Parameshwara to make Dharma a functional proposition of India, so become a direction finder for the whole world. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Rama 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 Rama.